She seems really nice.
Yes, she is. Gee, I'm glad you're here, Kevin.
Sorry I'm a little bit late. Is everything ready?
Everyone else is inside.
Well, how's it going?
Slight fly in the ointment, I'm afraid.
What do you mean?
Change of court. Another case is carried over, so they've rescheduled us.
What does that mean?
Well, it means we get a different judge. This chap's more severe on drugs, I'm afraid.
But the evidence will be the same?
Yes, the evidence is the same.
How much more severe?
Well, he's been handing down a few stiff sentences lately, but I don't think we need panic. It is a first offence, and Tony's got excellent character references.
Well, hadn't we better get going inside?
Yes, I think perhaps we might.
Yes?
I'm Jim Fletcher from the Wentworth Detention Centre.
Yes?
Are Lizzie and Doreen at home?
I'm afraid they're not.
Oh. You don't have any idea where I might be able to find them, do you?
Why?
Well, I suppose you've read in the papers about Carolyn Simpson and Vivian Williams. Well, they're being held at Wentworth. And I think that the three of you might be able to help them.
How?
Well, I'd rather talk to the three of you.
Doreen and Lizzie are having lunch with some friends at the Red Lion. They should be just about finished by now.
Well, why don't we join them, eh?
I think you better bring them back here. Otherwise, Lizzie will keep on drinking till she keels over. We can talk when you get back.
All right, fair enough. Shouldn't be long.
So, you were not the person who brought the drugs?
No, sir.
Could you tell the court who was it that brought them?
It was Tony Reed.
And you'd spoken to Tony Reed earlier in the day?
Yes.
Could you tell the court what was said?
He contacted me and asked me if I'd carry the dope in case he got busted. I said I didn't want anything to do with dope. So he brought it himself.
And what happened when the police arrived at the house?
When we heard the police arrive, Tony kind of grabbed me. I thought maybe he was scared. But then I realized it was the money that he'd collected. He was stuffing it into my pocket. Then the police came in.
The funny thing about shearers is that they're all different. Take me. Now, you wouldn't think I was a woman of culture, now, would you? Well, I am. Poetry. I just used to love poetry. I remember once at a camp out west, I had an argument with these two blokes about which was the best poem. One of them said Shakespeare. Forget what the other one said, but I said to them, "You're all off your rockers," I said. Finally, we called in all hands and we had to recite. And I won, hands down.
Hey, tell us, Lizzie, what is the greatest poem ever written?
The Man from the Snowy River. Well, it bloody is, I tell you.
Hey, listen, Lizzie. How long ago was all this when you were a shearer's cook?
Oh, years and years ago.
What have you been doing since then?
Oh, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Good on you, Kev.
Isn't it about time all you got back to work?
2:30, I suppose so. But don't worry, Mrs. Montague, she's okay.
Yeah, but it's all right for all you girls in the office. But what about Reen? I wouldn't put it past Mr. Muir to just sack her on the spot.
Yeah, Debbie's right. I think we should finish these and then go.
Hey, Lizzie, Doreen.
Oh, Mr. Fletcher.
Could I have a word with you, please, Doreen?
You leave her alone, Fletch. We've done our time. We've finished with that prison.
Come on, have this.
What is it?
Black coffee.
I don't want it.
Oh, Lizzie.
I think I'd better be going.
It wasn't your fault.
Yeah, but...
Now you're here. Let's sort out why you came.
Yeah, let's get it over with.
All right, well, the situation is this. Simpson and Williams claim that the deceased was killed while he was assaulting them, that it was self-defense. They say that he assaulted Williams often, but that she refused to tell anyone. So, you see, your evidence becomes extremely important.
They were both very frightened that night.
Yeah, and she had a black eye.
Yeah, well, I don't want to discuss your evidence with you. That's a matter for the police. I just want you to understand that when the police come around and start asking questions, that there's nothing to be afraid of. Just tell the truth. Okay?
Okay, that seems clear enough.
Right. Well, I'd better be going then. No, I can see myself out. Thanks very much.
Only next time, keep your big trap shut.
Oh, he's not the only one.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dor. I didn't mean to spill the beans, but he took me by surprise.
It wasn't anybody's fault. It was a mistake. Honestly, Doreen, I think you're worrying too much.
Worrying too much? How's Kevin ever going to hold up his head at work now with everybody knowing I'm a crim?
If he really cares for you, it won't matter.
Yeah, well, that's easy enough for you to say, but you're not the one who's got to live with it.
Where the hell have you been?
Oh, out to lunch, Mr. Muir. Something happened and I couldn't get back.
What do you mean, something happened?
Well, some of the girls took Debbie out to lunch and something happened. Well, this man came in, see, and he said she'd been in prison. And, well, Debbie got real upset and I couldn't get back.
Debbie's been in prison? Who said that?
Dunno. They said he was somebody from Wentworth Jail.
Did they now? I knew all along there was something about that girl. I said it all along. But I'll tell you this just once, young lady. You come back here once more, just 2 minutes late, and you're out. Do you understand?
Yes, Mr. Muir.
Hey, Irene, how's everything? Oh.
So, your girlfriend's been in trouble with the law, eh?
Yeah, so?
What was she? On the streets, eh?
Listen, you little...
You do, Sonny, and you'll go out that door so fast. I'll be watching you. Those tendencies tend to rub off. And I'll be passing the word along.
One of these days I will thump that little bastard.
Oh, look, I'm sorry. It's all my fault. But, well, I had to tell him something.
No, don't worry about it, Irene. He loves sticking the needle in.
Well, he is right about one thing, though.
What's that?
People do judge you by the company you keep. Aren't you off duty?
I'm supposed to be.
Just can't keep away, huh?
No, it's spot of business. But I'll be gone so fast they won't even know I've been here. Well, I've got some good news. The women at the halfway house have corroborated your story, and they've agreed to testify.
Oh, we're very grateful for the trouble you've taken, Mr. Fletcher. Aren't we, Carolyn?
All three of them are criminals. Do you think the court will give much weight to their evidence?
That's better than nothing, isn't it?
Yes, of course it is.
Oh, I didn't mean I'm not grateful.
Well, just as long as the right thing's being done, that's all I'm worried about. Well, you seem a lot better.
I suppose I'm coming to terms.
That's good. But you've got to start eating again. Proper meals and regularly, okay?
All right.
All right, then. I'll be going.
Mr. Fletcher, I didn't like to say anything in there, but Michael, Carolyn's husband, he might be able to help us. He knew what Brian was like.
I'll get word to the police.
What was that all about?
Nothing.
Oh, nothing?
Well, as a matter of fact, darling, I told him Michael might be able to testify that he knew what Brian was like.
You what?
He says he'll tell the police.
Are you out of your mind? You know Michael and I were always fighting about money. He'll tell that to the police.
Well, what if he does?
It confirms I was fretting about money. And why are the police saying we did it? For the insurance. It confirms our motive for the murder.
So you agree that you were one of those buying the drugs and are therefore guilty of possession?
That is correct.
What do you say to the claim that you actually sold the drugs?
Well, it's just not true.
You hadn't spoken to Sharon Gilmore earlier in the day?
Definitely not.
Could you tell us what happened when the police arrived?
Well, it all happened pretty quickly. We gave Sharon the money, and she put it in her pocket, and then suddenly there were police everywhere.
You deny stuffing the money into her pocket?
Yes, sir, absolutely.